Welcome to the Killjoy After Party.
Think the fun is over once you quit drinking?
Think again.
We have a booze-free beverage shop in Nashville, and we hear stories from our customers all the time about how much better life is after booze.
And we're excited to share these stories with you.
And since this is Nashville, you bet your ass
We're making it musical.
Yeah, it tastes like sunshine, like a real good time, lifting my mood and it brightens my day. Gonna rise and go, no alcohol, get my sparkle roll. Hey, gonna rise and go, no alcohol.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Alysse runs the website, The Sober Curator. Alysse is the Sober Curator. And Alysse, you've been sober for a long time. How long has it been?
I just recently celebrated 19 years.
Wow.
It's a really long time, you guys. That's forever. Like, it also doesn't feel like forever.
Because wasn't 1995 like 5 years ago?
Basically, yes. Exactly that. Exactly that. When I got sober, social media was still just getting started. Like, I was on MySpace with Tom. So
yes,
there wasn't all the things that I look at as kind of luxuries that we have today as a sober beings in 2025 did not exist in 2006. They just didn't.
Sorry, I just started to think about what if there was sober MySpace? Like, and only sober people could be on there, and you could have your, like, top 8 for that one.
Right.
And all the, like, crazy stickers that could be, like, day counts or month counts or dumb sober slogans that are, like, glitter and unicorns. Like, here for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm remembering, now I don't know if this was Friendster or MySpace, but there was, like, it used to be, like, testimonials. So for your friends, like, you would just write, like, nice stuff about them. Like, can we bring that back? That was fun.
Yeah, I think we can bring all this back.
All right. Do you want to just stop the podcast and start working on the
Yeah,
business?
I think we just have to go straight to the business plan at this point. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So 19 years sober. You were part of Sober 1.0. We're at Sober 2.0. Sitting where you're sitting, like, what's your perspective on the landscape of sobriety today?
I'm obsessed with lifestyle and pop culture. I've worked in media, traditional media, my entire adult career. I got my start in newspaper. Then I ran Seattle's largest lifestyle magazine. I was there for close to a decade. And then I worked at the Seattle's largest TV station on their lifestyle shows. They had a couple of them and a YouTube channel. So I love lifestyle. I love pop culture. I love celebrities. And I have been watching how addiction, recovery, mental health shows up as a storyline on the silver screen, if you will, or on, you know, the cover of magazines or TMZ, wherever you want to call it, from even way before I got sober. And so I feel like I've had a really unique front row seat at this evolution of our community to go from being only in church basements and anonymous, right? As being kind of one of the only options, to being a smorgasbord, a buffet, if you will, of ways and people and situations to get sober. There's a lot of labels now too. That's a little hard for me to keep up with. I'm completely comfortable with calling myself an alcoholic, but some people really don't like that term. And so it's been a really interesting place to sit and watch it all. And I've gotten kind of obsessed with archiving how it's evolved. I at some point before I die, I want to create an immersive art exhibit experience that walks you through the evolution of addiction through the lens of media and headlines. I just think it would be and which includes celebrities and entertainers and musicians and all of that. I just think it would be fascinating because, you know, back in the 2000s, we were all like fixated on Britney shaving her head and Robert Downey Jr. going to jail. And now Britney is still having some problems, let's be clear. But like you see a lot of celebrities that are using their platforms for good and are making huge impacts, like Eminem, Sir Elton John, like Jamie Lee Curtis. And so you see all of these things. And while the stigma, I think, is still very much alive and well, we are seeing a shift. And in my early days of being sober, I didn't want anyone to know, right? It was embarrassing. I was still trying to figure myself out. I was like, am I really doing this forever? Like, what does that mean? And I was not comfortable in my own skin. But as time marched on, as time does, I started to realize that when I told people, when it came up in an organic way, and I told people that I could be helpful, because inevitably I get the phone call or the email, hey, Alysse, I have a friend. Hey, Alysse, I have a loved one. They're in this area. What do you recommend? And I can say, all I know is my own experience. That's all I've got. I can tell you what I did and the resources that I used, right? And I see it changing. And I think that is so incredibly powerful because it is providing more opportunity for more people to get well. But it's still a slippery place. And I didn't start recovering out loud professionally until around 10 years when I made the switch from magazine to TV. When I went through that interview process, I had taken a 1-year sabbatical for some personal reasons. That's an episode for another time. And I had decided, when I was going through, I was doing all these interviews around the country trying to find my new thing. And I decided I'm not going to be shy about the fact that I'm a person in recovery. Like, I'm just not going to be, because sometimes that means I can't go to all the events and the deals that happen over drinks. I'm not in the right headspace. Sometimes that means I need to take a longer lunch because I need to go to therapy, or I need to go sit in a church basement, whatever it is. And I'm just going to be honest about it, because if they don't want me for those reasons, I don't want to work there. Right. And that was the first time I went into an interview just saying, here are all my cards on the table. And it was risky, right? It was a super risky move, but they took a bet on me, and I ended up being, I think, a really good advocate inside of that company that had like 250 employees. And so, and I really started advocating rethinking drinking in the workplace, because, you know, not all team building needs to happen at happy hour, right? And if it does, there can be other things to drink besides water, coffee, and Diet Coke. Now, you know I love a Diet Coke, but not everything has to surround what's in our glass all the time. And then when it comes to the glass, we should have options. And so I really started talking a lot about that. But it wasn't until I launched the Sober Curator in 2020 that I put on the internet that I was sober. I had never come out about my sobriety on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. Never. I was not wearing it on shirts. I was not wearing it on hats. None of that. But I knew that if I was going to start this lifestyle site, like, I kind of had to like come out of the closet and rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I love about the generation now, is they're very more open and sharing about everything, even if it's not, you know, the most flattering thing, but there's community around it, I guess, essentially. Because back, you know, when we was growing up, if you had something good, you hid it away so people wouldn't find it. And you were going through something bad, you tried to stay anonymous, you know, but now they're like, I'm airing it all out, and, you know, I'll find the people who are attracted to that.
I totally agree. But I also am like, I'm really glad social media didn't exist when I was still drinking and drugging.
Oh my God, for
because
sure.
I was a drunk dialer, you guys. So I would have been a shit show, right? For sure. I'm also really glad it wasn't really what it is today in my early sobriety, because I think I would have been all over the place then too. I mean, I'm still kind of all over the place, but like, I'm just really glad that it worked out the way it worked out, because, you know, once you put it out there, I don't care if you think Snapchat goes away. It doesn't. It all exists somewhere on some server in some cloud somewhere. And there are regrets. Even now, I look back at some dancing TikToks of me making mocktails in the pandemic, and I'm like, cringe, straight up cringe. I did that. I did that for likes. So embarrassing.
Embrace that shit.
Yeah.
Embrace that shit. Yeah, it's just a photograph, a little snapshot of you in that time, man. Yes.
So I just think there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it, but I think that the tide rises all boats, and I think for the greater good, it gives us an opportunity for more people to find us. Now, I get a little nervous when people have like 6 months sober and they've decided to become a sober coach, because I'm like you haven't quite lived all the things yet. So that makes me a little bit nervous, but I also understand the passion of early sobriety and that pink cloud, like, oh my God, this is amazing. I want everyone to know this. I get that too. And again, I think that it all to the greater good at the end of the day. It's doing more good than it's doing harm, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. Will you do something special to celebrate your 20th year? Do you have a plan?
Oh, I have, in the early days, I would do things like incognito. So for my 5-year, I was in Chicago for a magazine conference, and I was staying in a fancy hotel, and they had luxury shops on the main floor of the hotel. And I decided I needed to buy something from Chanel. It would be my Chanel number 5.
Oh, cute.
But as a single mom, like all I could afford were the earrings. So I bought a pair of earrings, and I got to tell you, kind of cheap. Every time I wear those earrings, I have to take them in because a bedazzle falls out. It's like, whatever. So I used to do incognito things like that, and then cryptically posted on Facebook. So if you knew me, you might know something was going on. Mm-hmm. But after launching the Sober Curator, I kind of felt like if I'm here as putting my flag in the ground as long-term recovery is where it's at, and we're sober, not boring, if that's my jam, I better walk my talk. So there was one year, I think it was when I was 16, my sweet 16. I found an Airbnb house here in the greater Seattle area that was all decorative 80s and 90s toys. So there was a Barbie room, there was a Star Wars room. They had all these toys, you guys, just so much memorabilia. And so I threw myself a sweet 16 slumber party and obviously encouraged costumes. And we had jelly bracelets and Domino's pizza and crappy food and Cheetos and all of that. It was amazing. It was amazing.
I love this.
It was so much fun. So I have been talking to a friend because next year when I turn 20, she turns 15. So I'm like, that feels like we should probably do something cool with that.
Definitely. Well, I'm excited to hear about it because that's such a creative idea. And we can tell that you like toys based on where you are. So first I want to know, can you spell off the top of your head tchotchke?
Not only can I spell it, you guys, I'm breaking news. You're going to be the first people I tell this to. Are you ready?
Oh my God.
We have just started recording the Great Tchotchke Showdown. And that is where my audience, or the audience of the Sober Curator, can take me on, the Tchotchke Queen, and see if you can beat me. And we had our first contender. I actually just watched the episode last night. You bring in 3 items and you get 2 minutes for each item, and you get judged on the what the fuck factor, the does it tie to sobriety factor, the pop culture factor, the overarching presentation, obviously. And then what was the 5th category? I don't remember right now.
Kookiness.
Yeah, kookiness, flair, whatever. And we had 3 judges. And one gal, Alexandra Nyman, she's the publisher of the site. She's the founder of the Break Free Foundation out of New York. She does really cool fashion shows during New York Fashion Week that everyone in the show is in recovery from something, whether it's a model on the runway or the makeup artist or the designer. It's super cool. She was one of the judges, and I saw a side of Alex I've never seen before. She came in like Simon Cowell or Miss J from America's Top. She was so mean and ruthless. I had no idea she had it in her. But tchotchke, tchotchke, tchotchke.
You got it.
Wow.
You got it. Okay.
I love a tchotchke.
Okay, can you spell Googa?
Googa. Googa?
No, I'm sorry. No.
Damn it.
That one is Gewgaw.
I would never
Are you familiar with that word? I kind of looked up. I was looking up how to spell tchotchke, and I found synonyms, and I was very fascinated by these synonyms.
What is a googa?
A googa is a synonym for tchotchke, as is gimcrack, bagatelle, bric-a-brac, and doodad.
You guys, this just opened up so many new segments for the game show. I think you guys have to come on as celebrity judges or something and judge.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Googa.
Yes, I'm partial to doodad. personally.
Doodad is good. Travis Sackett was who challenged me. He's an author of the book My Life with Karma. It's how he got sober. Karma was a dog that basically saved his life. And somehow when we were interviewing him about his book, the tchotchke thing came up and he was like, I think I could take you. And I was like, no, you couldn't. And then that's all Tamar, who you guys met, the producer, that's all she needed. And she was off to the races. And the next thing you know, we're filming a game show. And so we're hoping it becomes a thing. Like, I don't know that Amazon Studios is going to be picking us up anytime soon. But I can honestly tell you, I don't think there's anybody else that's done a sober game show. I think that's a new idea. And the idea of bringing an item and like trying to tie it to your sobriety was hilarious. I mean, we really had to stretch some storylines to get it there, but I think it was great.
Yeah, like how did the Prince candle help you get sober?
I just dropped a Prince candle on the floor. We were trying to do some energy work.
Right before the show, we just shattered a Prince candle.
Are we
like a Prince prayer candle?
Well, I don't have Prince, but I do have D-O-double-G.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
There's stores that like have almost every celebrity of these Prince candles. They're amazing.
We had a pop-up at our shop and these girls had a thing like that where you could make one of yourself and they had costumes you could put on. So like make like a kind of a saint yourself candle.
That is amazing. I would totally sign up for that.
John was the only man to do it.
That tracks.
He's
looking
getting
for
it.
it. He's going to get it.
Yeah, I was the only one that did it. And I was like, immediately, I was like, yes, I'm doing that. But this is mine's, if you can see.
Yes. Where do I add to cart? Give me some of that goodness. That is amazing.
I thought it was a great idea.
I think they're doing it anymore.
No, she moved.
That
she
wouldn't
doesn't live
be
here
hard
anymore.
to do. It's just like buying some of the candles and then having a printer, and that wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
All right. Well, that's another business plan we can talk about. Yeah.
See, I think this is what we want to show is that you get sober and then life just gets more interesting.
Yeah, life just gets real weird real fast. They're all the same conversations that we had on bar stools. We just actually might do them.
Right. And remember them. Yeah.
And remember them. That's the other part. Yeah. I was a blackout. Were you guys blackout drinkers? I was definitely a blackout drinker.
Yes.
I'm kind of a blackout human anyway.
Are you blacked out right now?
Listen, if I don't write it down, that shit is gone. I have great ideas constantly. And I'll be like walking the dog and I'm like, I'm going to write this down. It's such a good idea. And then I get home and I'm like,
Gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Gone.
It's not coming back. Like, it's gone. I don't know. I think maybe all the drinking just opened up. Like, there's some little hole in there. That's where those nights went. That's where that stuff is going. And I know that's fixing itself.
Probably not. But, the body keeps score. It's still in there. So,
yeah.
Right.
There's some kind of weird voodoo or hypnotherapy that could probably bring it to the surface. I'm not saying that's a good idea, but it's probably in there somewhere.
I don't know. I've just learned to let it go. I also have really, really weird dreams every night, like insane weird dreams every night. And I've also just decided they don't mean anything and I don't need to worry about it.
So I also have very vivid dreams, and I don't have reoccurring dreams in the sense of that. I have a consistent mode of transportation in my dreams. I travel via water slide, but I never get wet. But that is how I travel. I think that probably means something.
You travel via water slide and what?
I don't get wet. I'm dry.
Yeah.
Like I'm dry. But I'm very much on a water
That's the
slide.
dream. Okay. That is the dream, man.
It's going in the song.
Wow. I love that. Man.
Astrologically, I'm a Cancer, so I am a water girl. And I have read a lot on dream interpretation about what water represents in your dreams. Is it dark and murky? Is it clear and blue? But so far, I have yet to find a book that explains traveling via water slide. It's not there.
It just sounds, you're just a super fun person.
I don't know if you guys... I'm a West Coast girl, so we just recently celebrated the 40th anniversary of the Goonies. They Never Say Die. And there's a scene where they travel via water slide. And so I think that's where, and I've seen that movie more than 100 times. I don't want to flex, but I'm going to. I actually met Sean Austin once, and he made me an honorary Goonie. I don't have a badge.
Whoa.
I don't have a badge, but like I have one on the inside. I took the oath. I think he can officially hand those out. So I didn't. I know you didn't realize you were interviewing Goonie royalty today, but
This changes everything.
I thought it might.
You can't top that. You just go. We can go sideways, but you're not going to top that.
Actually, that's a good question. Do you only travel like down the water slide, or can you also go like up? Are you always going in a downward?
It's always down or forward. It's never been up. Nope, never up. Down or forward. Turns, definitely turns, but nothing up.
Are you like having a blast while you're doing it, or is it just like very mundane?
It's never been scary.
This is how I travel.
This is just how I travel. I just love it. It's just, and it's not too fast. It's not too slow. You know, I get there real quick.
Whenever I like tell my kids stories at night, I always make like the transportation as a rainbow slide. Because I always thought it would be fun. I'm like,
that's a good one.
And then you get on a rainbow and slide down to another cloud. Like it's like a Chutes and Ladders situation, I guess. But
yeah.
So it reminds me of that.
Meets Rainbow Bright meets Care Bears. Like that's great.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it.
So that's what's deep. That's what's inside of me. That's what I want to dream about at night. I don't. I have like intense, like it's like an action movie.
Right? Do you wake up tired? I wake up exhausted.
Oh my God. Yes.
I'm like,
I'm so glad
busy.
to be awake.
So glad. Exactly. Yeah.
So
like, oh, thank God that is over. Yeah, and sometimes it stays with me. The like mood or the feeling is like very hard to get rid of.
That can be weird when it's something that sticks with you for a couple days. Yeah, I've had a couple of those.
Anyway, moving on.
One thing that you posted, I think it was semi-recently, that resonated with me a lot, and this is definitely going to change the tone of what we've been talking about, was sobriety and spirituality. What are your thoughts on spirituality and sobriety, like kind of existing in the same plane? Do you think you can be sober and not spiritual and still have a fulfilling kind of existence?
I personally don't think so. But I also, like, every path is their own. I would never judge someone for not having that. I grew up in a Christian home. Both my grandfathers were pastors. That's religion, right? That's not spirituality. That's religion. That's dogma. That's a different thing. But I really had to grapple with, what do I believe because I believe it versus what do I believe in because my parents scared me into believing it? Because evangelical 80s and 90s was like no joke. If you've been there, done that, and got that t-shirt, it was no joke, right? And I mean, even today, this is so embarrassing. But like, if all of a sudden I can't find people, like if I'm like somewhere with a group of people, my knee-jerk reaction is the rapture happened and I got left behind every single time. Every single time. That is my knee-jerk first reaction if I can't find somebody. Yeah, it's awful. It's so embarrassing. So that being set aside, I did have a burning bush or spiritual awakening that happened on the day that I decided I was no longer ever going to drink again. The day I fully accepted that I was an alcoholic, substance use disorder, whatever you want to call it. I had gone to a couple different therapists, treatment centers, and done some inpatient takes trying to figure out, whatever. And most of the ones I had gone to, I had lied through all of them. But I happened to go to this one women's treatment center and done this intake. And that particular day, I told the truth. It was really weird. I don't know why. But I wasn't willing to check into treatment as a single mom. I was like, I can't Sandra Bullock 28 days. Like, I have a kid, I have a job. I can't do that. What are my other options? And I hope they come in a pill form. And they were like, well, we have outpatient, but most people go to inpatient before they go to outpatient. And I was like, I'm an overachiever. Just send me straight to outpatient. I'll be fine. But I can't do it till my kid goes on summer break. We were almost there. So it was like going to be a couple weeks, a month before summer break. And then I could send him to my parents. I could work during the day. I could treatment center at night. I could see him on the weekend. I was going to totally project manage my rock bottom, right? As one does. She was like, okay, what are you going to do between now and then to not drink? And I was like, well, no, I'm still going to gonna drink. Like, I'm gonna drink all the way to the very end. I'm gonna be, you're crazy. And she'd asked me if I'd ever been anything 12-step, and I was like, yeah, I went to one of those meetings. Not for me. No, thank you. And she was like, okay, well, we have this meeting here at the women's facility, and people from the outside can come in. It's on Tuesday nights. If you want, you might try this one. You might have a different experience. And so, sure enough, a couple weeks later, I found myself driving to that meeting because I was utterly broken and didn't know how to stop. And for whatever reason, in that session, that meeting, whatever you want to call it, I sat there and every single woman that shared had my story to a T, like to a T. I actually wondered if we were sleeping with some of the same people. Like, it was like really, it was a little too close to home. And I couldn't look at anyone. I couldn't talk to anyone. I was like closest to the door, ready to run at any moment. But when I heard my story over and over again, and I was like, holy shit, I am this. And I'm going to have to do what they're doing to stop this. It was this overwhelming sense of fuck and relief. Like, it made, finally it made sense. But I was overwhelmed. And so I ran, as soon as it was over, I ran out the door to the parking lot because I was afraid someone was going to hug me or, ask for my phone number or something creepy. So I ran out the door and I was driving home and I was really mad at God, higher power, whatever you want to call it. I was really mad. And I've always been talking with God. I mean, more like he was Santa Claus, like giving him my list of things I wanted and what I would do in exchange. Like, it was a negotiation, but I've never had a problem talking to a God. And so I was mad. I was driving down the freeway. I was shaking my fist, cigarette hanging out of my mouth. And I was just like, you know what? If this is really it, just give me one more sign. I don't think this is it. You're going to take away my vodka. And as I was in my car acting like a maniac, just demanding from God a sign, this ding went off in my car. And I looked down in the dash and it said, perform service. And I was like, God is in my dash. God is in my dash. You guys, the timing was, give me a sign. Boom. It was there. Perform service. And it was so overwhelming to me. I had to pull over to the side of the freeway and I just broke open. And if you've broken open, you know what I'm talking about. You just break open and it's all coming out. And I was just like, holy shit, this is it. This is it. And I sat there and I kind of was laughing and crying because obviously my God has a sense of humor. And because here I am demanding and he's like, okay, bitch, boom, and I'm sitting there and I'm laughing. And as I'm sitting there and I'm trying to pull myself together to get like back on the road, I look up and the perform service has gone away. And now it's gone back to showing me how much gas I had in my tank. And I was below a quarter of a tank, but above empty, but I was right in that spot. And what I heard, as if there was a passenger in the passenger seat, which yes, I'm admitting that I was hearing voices, also not a great sign. What I heard, as if there was really somebody there, was, you can do it now. The next time we're back here, you and me together, you're going to be way past empty. And I was terrified at what that looked like because I hadn't lost the big things yet. I had not gotten a lot of stuff, right? But I still technically had custody of my child. I still technically had a roof over my head. I still had a driver's license. I still had a car. That's pretty much all I had. But I did have those things and I might have had $25 in the bank. And so like the idea of like the next time being worse than that moment, I was like, no, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I am literally done. And I drove home and ironically, I ended up changing a light bulb on a bathroom mirror that night. And it was one of those ones that like pops out and I burnt the inside of my wrist pretty bad. But I'm so glad that happened. I'm so glad that I'm so clumsy because I had that burn mark for the first 3 years of my sobriety and I needed it. I needed it to remember that night on the days that I started to forget it. Right? I needed it. And by the grace of God, I haven't, higher power, whatever you want to call it, I haven't had a drink or used any drugs since that night. Not because I haven't wanted to. Let's be clear. Sometimes we still want to. If you don't have that happening, you're probably not really an addict, right? Like, it still happens. I just now know what to do when it happened. And so yeah, I think you have to have a reliance on something bigger than you. I don't think it can be a doorknob. I'm tired of hearing that. Like, I think it has to be, and it could be in the heavens. It could be just collectively the group of people around you and what is coming through them. It could be your feet on the sand or on the grass. It can be the wind in your hair. I think it could be whatever you want it to be, truly. It just can't be you.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I love it. It takes a lot of pressure away from me once I realize it wasn't all up to me. You know what I'm saying? I do the best, hope for the best, and let it ride and just kind of navigate that way.
Yeah. The principle of being able to surrender and kind of set down your load for a lot of us when it's too heavy to carry, regardless of who helps you pick it back up or move it around. It can be really comforting.
Well, I don't know why I got that and other people don't. I actually just wrote an article on the site earlier this week that I thought about when I was flying back from Vegas. My flight back from Vegas was 2 days after the airplane crash, the Air India airplane crash that the one survivor walked away from. Yeah. And he was in 11A. I'm sure you guys have seen the headlines. Like now everybody's going to want to be in seat 11A, right? I happened to be in 11C flying back from Vegas, very short flight to Seattle, but I couldn't help staring at seat 11A. That person probably got a little freaked out that I kept staring at them. But there was also like a empty seat in between us, and I couldn't stop thinking about the person that wasn't there. And like that guy walked away from an airplane crash. He wasn't saved. Maybe he was lucky. We don't know why it was him. Like mathematically, survival doesn't actually make sense. But he got to walk away from that. He lost his brother in the flight. We've all lost people in this battle. If you haven't, stick around a little bit and you will. And it never gets easier. I never like it. But I feel like I didn't do anything to deserve walking away from the plane crash. But I did. So inherently, that means I have a responsibility to honor all the people that didn't get that. And I honor that responsibility by not effing it up, right? And trying to help other people find it. Like that's my job. That's the only way I get to keep it.
Wow. That's powerful.
Not as powerful as your eyeliner. I'm really into your eyeliner. I just want to point that out.
Thank you.
When things get serious, I make jokes. Sorry, you guys. I just don't know what to do.
Same. It helps. All right. Are we ready for the rapid fire round?
Rapid fire round. Lighten it back up.
Do I need to stretch? Maybe I need to stretch.
Yeah. Just do
we could, yeah.
Don't hold a candle.
Don't.
Or anything glass, really. While you stretch.
Okay, I feel mostly ready. Oh, I do have... I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we have these face rollers that, they might look like something else, but just they feel good. Okay, I feel ready.
Definitely seems like a dual purpose type of a thing.
Tamara loves to send them to anybody that wants a pair. So just get on the list.
I want to get on this. I want to be a part of the menopause face rollers, whatever we're doing. Sign me up.
All of it. Tchotchkes, all of it. Yeah.
Okay, ready? Are we ready for this? Here we go.
Fire.
What's your favorite color?
Black. I'll pick another color when there's a darker one, just to be clear. There's a darker one.
What's your most used emoji?
Oh, I bet it's thumbs up, but let me look. I bet it's thumbs up. It's thumbs up or the emoji where he squints the eyes like laughing so hard. Like that.
That's a good one.
That one.
It's a good one.
What's your go-to morning beverage?
Iced coffee year round. I never drink it warm with a splash of half and half. And maybe a Splenda, maybe not, but always iced coffee.
What is your most listened to genre of music?
Hip hop.
Yes. West Coast? Are we West Coasting it out there or what?
We're West Coasting it, yep.
Yes.
West Coast is the best coast. Sorry.
Yes. Favorite feature of your own face?
It's a really crazy question. I would say my mouth. I have the gift of gab, and I also did get my lips plumped a little bit a year ago, and I've been really happy with that choice. So with mouth.
Been feeling it.
I feel like people, when they do that, then they walk around being like, just like, notice.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, when you first get, I don't know if you, when you first get it done, it's extra swollen. And my son came home from work one night and was like, and I was just sitting there with an ice pack on my face, and he was like, "What's going on?" I was like, and I took it down, and the look, like he was, "What have you done?" And I was like, "I don't think this is permanent." And he was like, "But it took a couple days to go down.
I had a similar story. The lady who cuts my hair sometimes, she was like, "Here, let me hit your eyebrows. Let me like dye your eyebrows." Bro, I look like Eugene Levy. And I came home and both my kids like were like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
You do have
Yeah,
very
she
good
didn't
hair,
notice.
though. Like, very good hair. I can see that it's well manscaped over there. Well
Thank
done.
you. I just let it do its thing, man. This is fresh up out the cold plunge. I did sauna cold plunge this morning. So
Did you get your hair wet?
yeah, I go underwater and
Do
then
you
come
do
back
that
up.
every day?
Totally underwater?
Yeah.
Is that every day? How long do you do it? I have
Once a
questions.
week. I do it once a week.
And for how long?
3 minutes, 3 times. So I go start in the cold plunge for 3 minutes, go to the sauna for 20 minutes, cold plunge for 3, sauna for 20, cold plunge for 3, and then I begin my day.
And how long have you been doing that?
Probably about a year.
And what benefits do you see from it?
It clears my head. I feel like it's helped my skin out. Will get eczema from time to time. You know, like in the elbow or in my knee or something, I'll get like a little eczema and it's knocked all that shit out. And it's just like a good practice to add rigor into my life. It's something to kind of be social. The place that I go to, it's kind of like a social hang. You go in there, there's people hanging out in the sauna, you talk, you're like, yeah, giving high fives. So it's like a nice social experience the way they've set it up.
I've never touched anyone in the sauna.
Me and Callie Sober Mike have hugged in the sauna. It was gross.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, we got off there.
We got off on a tangent. Yeah.
All right. What's a book you're loving right now?
I just finished, it was addiction fiction, Beneath the Deep Blue Sea.
Ooh.
The review is up on the Sober Curator, and honestly, it took me a hot minute to get into it, but once I did, it was a really good read. I love a good memoir, don't get me wrong, but I've got a special spot for addiction fiction. Give me some kind of true crime or whodunit or just any kind of story where the main character is still, one of us, but is just living their life. I'm here for it. It was pretty good.
Okay, we're going to do an author event about the book in about a month at Killjoy.
Cool.
Oh, awesome.
I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it. So this is very exciting.
Yeah,
it's good.
I feel like you're going to have a couple of these. Do you have a nickname?
I do, yes. AB, those are my initials. And I have a signature necklace I usually wear. I don't know why I'm not wearing it today. That says that AB, because so many people can't pronounce my name. And it's just, and I also I move kind of fast through the world. Unless I'm sleeping and dreaming. And even then, as we've already talked about, I move fast on the slide. But it's just a faster way to sign signatures on emails is AB, AB, AB. So I definitely, and people just started calling me AB. So I have that. When I was drinking, my nickname was Bob, which was an acronym for Blackout Bryson. And I wore that like a badge of honor. And I will never forget, friends would be at a party or at a bar, and they'd be like, Bob, blah, blah, blah. And somebody would be inevitably, somebody would be like, why do they call you Bob? And I was like, because I black out. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I would see people's faces and they didn't usually think it was funny. Yeah. So Bob. Another one was Cheese, because when my son's stepbrother was little, he could not pronounce Alysse. And so somehow it turned into Cheese. And then when I was running the magazine, everybody started calling me the Big Cheese. And I love cheese. So cheese works.
Yeah.
I like that. Those are both good. Favorite way to move your body?
I can shake it like a white girl. I love hip hop dancing, or I guess Zumba, but mostly more hip hop dancing. Anything in a group of people that feels like coordinated dancing. I'm not good, to be clear, but I never got to be a cheerleader. And so that really fills that cup of being part of a dance crew. But I'm the one in the back row that's at least a beat off. But I still love it. I still love it.
That's awesome.
You're a cheerleader for the sober movement.
For sure.
It's real.
Yes, it's real.
It's happening.
Pom-poms. I need some pom-poms.
Yeah.
You do need pom-poms.
I'll send you balls if you send me pom-poms.
I've got something else in mind. I'm gotta give it some thought here. All right. Are we ready to move into the songwriting portion?
Yes.
Give me some pom-poms, cause man, I'm on one. A purveyor and curator of fandom. I travel on a water slide, I never get wet. My lips are bona fide, cause I got the gift of gab. A.B. That's me. I move fast, I'm an honorary goonie. A.B. That's me. Shake it like a white girl cheerleading. Where did everybody go? Did I get left behind? Oh yeah, they're right there on my website. Where did everybody go? Did I get left behind? Is it the rapture? Oh no, they're right there on my website. A.B. That's me. I move fast, I'm an honorary goonie. A.B. The big cheese. I got doodads, doogas, and tchotchkes. Let's go.
Alysse, it was so fun interviewing you today. Thank you for being on our show. Thank you for creating the Sober Curator and really giving all of us sober folks a resource. Tell the people where they can find you online.
You can find us at thesobercurator.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, Pinterest. Yeah, we like to pin a board. And I think we're on TikTok, but I don't think we do very good there, just to be clear.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you pretty soon. Maybe we'll get to hang out in Austin. And thank you again. Bye.
How the crowd goes wild!
Get my sparkle